All right, we're checking out some of the nastiness from the first elimination game, the Blitzball World Series. If you guys haven't seen this one yet, go ahead and check it out. I'm going to start off with Kyle Yoder versus Trent. Kyle is going to nail a little inside slider, nice and slow, 61. Perfect location there, just inside the pipe there. I got this slowed down because these clips are just running too fast. I can't keep up with them, but near perfect pitch there. And then right here, he thinks he's got a perfect chaser here, right? This is just trying to hit off the best player or trying to strike out the best player in the world here. I mean, for 99% of hitters, is a this is a nasty chase pitch, right? It's right. It's coming here. You know, they're not going to touch it, right? The first one, hit somewhere in here, right? So this thing, no one's touching that, right? Except we're talking about Trent, and he pokes it the other way. Just how it goes against good players sometimes. Again, near perfect here. Perfect location. The only problem here is this 66. Right, got away with throwing it 61 earlier. Uh, if you're gonna throw it to Trent twice in that bat, you're really gonna want to, and really in general, with your rising sliders, you really want to get this above 70. Right, preferably 72, 73. Um, Especially if you're going to be throwing it a bunch of times against good people. But like I said, in 99% of scenarios, that's a nasty pitch. Next at bat, an even nastier rising slider there. This time, I think it was about 68 miles an hour. Yeah, there you go. And what you're going to see is the harder you're able to get this thing, right, even just 2 more miles an hour on it, and you're going to see so much more tail, right? You're going to see this one kind of stay in, and then it's really going to bite towards the end. Kind of surprising that Babuta's even able to touch this one, but all you're going to do with that is pop it foul. And I am a pitcher at heart, but did have to throw in this moonshot here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a reminder to not locate your fastballs right in the middle. You won't see him again. Absolute moonshot from Kyle there. And probably going to spend the rest of the time talking about this AB right here. Trent versus Adrian. This is just the goat being the goat, doing goatly things. Almost hits him behind the bat. Little smile at the camera, riser here. Hit the little smile, and then boop. And that's about the best pitch you're going to see from Trent to try to hit. Unhittable slider there. Whew. Yeah. So to recap those last two, little turn to the camera and smile riser, right? Poke that one over here. And then unhittable rising slider. Next pitch, opposite hemisphere, right? Riser 84 there. And then, whew, how do you not swing at that? Nasty screwball, getting over the limit. And we got a loud strike here. Now, if you remember earlier in the AB, he threw the either a slider or curve Trent threw, and it started about this same spot and ended up over here, right? So Adrian's probably thinking it's the same thing. until he realizes it's not, right? And busts him inside. So loud out, but the sequencing, it's just it's hard to come in and get it. This next pitch, I think I don't know if a lot of people have seen this one yet. It was in his pitching tutorial. That little dropper there. I think it's like he calls it like a sidearm drop ball, right, or something like that. But it looks rising slider, the whole way until it gets almost there and it just falls in the dirt. So yeah, if that's just a little bit higher, he's probably swinging out of his socks. Full count pitch, probably the nastiest of the two videos posted so far from the World Series. Signature Trent rising slider, but bends the knee. The bend the knee slider. And are you good? No, Trent. No one's good after that, right? Look where he is when this thing's hitting the zone. This thing that just, yeah, yeah. That's what it's like going against the best. Cannot forget to go over this three pitch sequence here from Trent. He's got to start him off with that straight riser. And again, this, I mean, not that any of these pitches are going to be easy to hit, but, you know, when it comes to Trent, like this, uh, the riser here, this is the best thing you're going to get to hit from him, right? It's not going to get any easier than that. But the problem is how well he locates this thing. So start him off nice and low, and then the next pitch. Okay, so let's just talk about the elevation difference here, right? Right, riser ending up right here-ish, and the next pitch starts a mile above your head, right? You can't swing at that, right? You just can't swing at that. As a competent batter, uh, it's just hard to pull the trigger on something like that. Drops it into the zone. Let's see that looper there in slow motion. Ah, I mean 57, and this pitch is at least 10 foot tall here, right? Or something like that. It's just insane. Especially last pitch ended up here, and this pitch starts here, right? And it's not like it actually ends up in a pretty hittable spot, right? But I mean, but it's coming from here to here, all within like a couple feet of you, right? So trying to pull the trigger on that is you gotta pick it up out of the hand. Like you really gotta pick it up early. The thing with Trent is he won't throw that too often, right? So he's gonna hit you with that thing when you least expect it. And then to finish it off, back to the slider. How do you hit it? How do you pull the trigger? All right, so let's recap the Sammy's pain here a little bit. He got a riser into here. He got an absolute moonshot curveball. How do you even draw that? Right, a curveball from here to here. He got a riser, the first pitch here. Right, and which starts it when you're watching the pitch here. It doesn't look, you can't see quite how far it is outside, but the riser's starting outside the zone as well, right, and coming in. So then when you start the then when you throw the slider for the strikeout that starts more in and it comes back, I mean, it's the old saying for pitching is you get 3 pitches, 3 locations, 3 movements, right? This is coming from rather than coming from the same location, right? But rather than coming from the same location, these are just coming from you know just different ever. Like your eyes have to bounce around so much that it's hard to keep track of any of this. Absolutely nasty sequencing from Trent. So yeah, overall, highly competitive game from these two teams. Um, I have had the privilege in the past of going against the Montezuma guys, pitched an inning against them, and man, they're tough outs. They're tough. Of course, you got the Bombers and Trent on the other side. So, yeah, like I said, if you haven't checked this one out yet, go ahead and watch it. It's a good one, and we'll get you excited for what's coming next.